Ever find yourself scrolling and wonder why it's so dang hard to just put your phone down? Yeah, it's not just you and it's not a lack of willpower. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the powerful psychological design behind social media, a design that's aimed squarely at your brain to keep you hooked. I mean, think about it. That little buzz you get when a notification pops up, or that kind of sinking feeling when a post you were excited about just sits there. If you know what I'm talking about, you are definitely not alone. And that feeling, it's not some random side effect of social media. It's the whole point. Yup, that deep connection you feel between your own emotions and what's happening on the app, that's not an accident. It's literally a feature, not a bug. It was engineered from the ground up, specifically to keep you engaged. So what is the science behind that almost magnetic pull of your feed? How does it work? Well, it all starts with one very powerful little chemical reaction happening inside your brain. Let's talk about dopamine. Think of it as your brain's internal reward system. It's that little heck yeah signal you get when you eat amazing food or finish a workout or hit a goal. It's a primal thing that tells us, hey, that was good, do that again. And it turns out, every single like, share, and comment is a perfectly crafted little trigger for it. And this is how they get you. This is the addiction loop in action. You post something, you get a notification, your brain gets that little hit of dopamine. But here's the genius part. What makes it so powerful isn't just the reward. It's that the reward is unpredictable. Sometimes you get 1 like, sometimes you get 100. It's what psychologists call a variable reward schedule. And it's the exact same principle that makes slot machines in Vegas so unbelievably addictive. It just makes you crave that next hit. But this little dopamine game, it's not just harmless fun. It comes with a hidden cost. A pretty steep one, actually, with some very real and very serious consequences for our mental health. Okay, this right here, this is one of the biggest psychological traps of the digital world. On the left, you've got their highlight reel, all the curated, perfect moments. And on the right, you've got your behind the scenes, the messy, complicated, everyday reality of life. The problem is, our brains have a really hard time telling the difference. We start to think the highlight reel is the whole story. And this quote from an expert just nails it, right? We're constantly comparing our behind-the-scenes moments to others' highlight reels. It's a comparison you can never, ever win. And honestly, it's almost designed to make us feel like we're falling short. And look, this isn't just a hunch or a feeling people have. The data is crystal clear on this. Study after study has drawn a direct line between heavy social media use and things like increased anxiety, major FOMO, depression, and this deep sense of loneliness, even while we're supposedly more connected than any generation in history. And just listen to the way this mental health advocate puts it. You can feel the weight in those words. It's a perfect description of that quiet, nagging feeling of not being good enough that so many of us experience. So this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Knowing all this is one thing, but what can we actually do about it? How do we stop being puppets of the algorithm and finally take back some control? All right, let's shift gears. We've gone deep on the problem. Now it's time to talk about the solution. This is all about the practical, actionable steps you can take to reclaim your time, your focus, and your own mental space. And here's the good news. You don't have to delete all your accounts and go live in a cave. It really starts with 3 simple but incredibly powerful choices. Consciously limit your time on these apps, actively engage with the world offline, and maybe most importantly, just be a little kinder to yourself through this whole process. And that offline joy, I mean, that can be anything. It's all about reconnecting with the physical world, with real people, with yourself. Going for a run, having a coffee with a friend where no one looks at their phone, or even just sitting quietly for 5 minutes. These are the things that actually refill your cup in a way 1,000 digital likes never could. And really, this is what it all comes down to. This wellness expert says it perfectly. When you start to really focus on and value what makes you unique and you treat yourself with some compassion, that desperate need for likes and comments, for someone else to tell you you're good enough, it just starts to lose its power. So let's be super clear. This is not about saying social media is evil and you have to quit forever, unless you want to, of course. For most of us, the real goal is just to shift from being a mindless consumer to a mindful, conscious user of these incredibly powerful tools. So we'll leave you with this thought. It's not about what you're losing by putting the phone down for a bit. It's all about what you stand to gain. A new hobby, a real conversation, a quiet moment of peace. That time is yours again. The only question is, what are you going to do with it?